welcome back to another episode of Bufo101. My name is Cheng, and on today's episode, we'll be talking about career and internship tips from our very own professors, Dr. Blake Hendrickson, Mr. Ray Montibade, and Dr. Samuel Wong. And on this episode, we'll also be having our very own UB alumni, Cindy.
Hi everyone, I'm Cindy and I'm graduating this spring 2021. Currently, I'm working as a social media and content creation intern at Architects of Life Singapore. Yay!
Cindy will also be chipping in her own experiences, so stay tuned if you are looking for a job. There are 3 points to note in job hunting: the application process consisting of a resume and a cover letter, networking, and negotiation after getting the job. The first step to a job interview is resume and cover letter writing, which is a good way to highlight your writing and self-presentation style. So show that you are an organized and efficient writer who pays close attention to detail by spending extra time to compress the content to save time for the employer, and also showing the ability to make connections between your skills and the employer's needs.
That's right, and make sure to check your cover letter and resume for inconsistencies, embellishments, grammatical, and spelling errors.
To make everything easier, it is always important to have connections. Physical connections may be challenging during this pandemic situation, but there are many resources online that we can tap into. Firstly, we have the alumni networks, for example, the UB Alumni Singapore on Facebook, and secondly, we have LinkedIn, which is a professional social networking site that enables you to connect with recruiters and companies for more job opportunities. Lastly, we have SIM Unicorn Portal, which shows available jobs and internships to help reach out to potential employers.
Pro tip! You can also increase your appeal to employers by making sure that you have the relevant technical skills, such as reading comprehension and analytical skills, Microsoft Office, Adobe softwares such as Illustrator and Photoshop.
Of course, interpersonal communication is very important too, but there's always a debate between whether hard skills or soft skills is more important. Perhaps, Cindy, you can share what you think as someone who started working recently.
Personally, I think that your own personality really brings out who you are, because compared to other people that are also applying the same job as you, they might have similar skill sets, but what really differentiates you is really your own persona, your own kind of personality, and what you can actually bring to the table. And I think having your own hobbies and your own interests really stand out, and I think for some of the relevant companies, these are important to actually bring out or to share during the interview itself.
Also, Cindy, I have a question. So, any tips that you have for those who are looking for a job, and what is your opinion on like acceptable pay range and like the working hours?
I think these are really good questions, and even I myself, who is just a fresh graduate, and I'm currently only working as an intern under National Youth Council's Youth Tech Program. I think what do I actually look out for when I'm doing job hunting? These are very important, such as work environment, what type of work culture you're looking out for, and what are the boundaries and expectations that you have, and also what are the expectations that your future employers also have of you. And I think in terms of having like work boundaries and work expectations, it actually ties in with like working hours. So what's the working hour of? What are the working hours like? And do you have to work outside of working hours? Because I think sometimes certain companies, such as maybe like small startups or social enterprises, they tend to need you to be really on the go. And I think certain things can happen really last minute, like maybe there's some last minute changes to some project plans. I think you really need to be there. You need to be there responsible. You need to be responsible in terms of replying and getting things done like almost instantaneously. Yeah, so I think these are very important. And in terms of the acceptable pay range, if you're looking for just an internship to think about what you actually want to do, I think the acceptable range should be about 1.7 up to 2.5. But if you're looking for a full-time job, your first ever full-time job in a company or in an office, I think having like 2.5 and above, depending on your previous work experiences and also what majors you have taken actually come into play as well.
Some wise words from Dr. Wong himself is that firstly, you gotta think long term. What is a sustainable career and what do you enjoy? And secondly, focus on creating a sustainable career through finding ways to contribute to your potential company, so aka long-term learning. And think about what you can do for the company instead of what the company can do for you. So remember to be open to growing and learning. So before we end, Cindy, do you have any final parting words to our viewers?
Sure. I think if I can try to summarize in 3 short sentences. Number 1 is don't be afraid to be yourself, to be always open to showing your personality and who you truly are. I think you can really be an asset to your company. And secondly, never stop learning, never stop growing. And third, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And of course, make it once or twice is fine, but please do not make multiple mistakes because it can be quite scary. Yeah, but yeah.
Alright, there we have it. We have come to the end of the 3rd episode of Bufo101 and we hope you have learned a thing or two. So again, a special thanks to all the professors who chipped in and also to Cindy who come down today for this episode.
Thank you for having me. If you'd like to find out more about career guidance opportunities at SIM, do check out our Spring 2020 TBH article, This is Only the Beginning of the Road, which will be linked in the description box below. And as always, remember to
like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye!